All right, Keith, congrats on the win, man. Talk to me. Were you overall happy with that performance? How are you feeling coming out of that one?
I would say happy. I'm very happy with the performance. I'm happy that I was able to come out here and perform. I give all glory to God. Everything that goes on is because of Him. I felt solid in there. That guy was big. I don't know if you could tell on camera, but he was huge. Every time I would shoot, it was like shooting into a brick wall. But I'm just thankful I came out there with the victory.
Were you surprised at all? It seemed like he slowed at the end of the first round, but then he was able to hang in there with you for the next two. Were you surprised that none of those shots put him down at all?
Absolutely. I landed a flying knee. I'm not sure what round it was in, like first or third maybe. But the first flying knee I landed, it landed flush. I saw his eyes going in the back of his head, and he came back and looked at me. I was like, oh, here we go. I knew it was going to be a good fight. He was tough. I think he got 15 fights. So I knew he was going to be a veteran and he was going to come in. But when God has something in plan, it's something that nobody can do to stop it.
We talked about media day, how you've never lacked confidence, but sometimes it was hard for you to get those results. Mm-hmm. How key is it for you to have this consistency now, where you're winning and winning and winning and seeing those results?
It's super important as far as longevity in this sport, because a lot of guys, they only look at a 6-3 record and they just see 3 losses. They don't look and dig deep into the losses, because all of my losses are about split decision and decisions that could have gone any other way. But I feel like those losses are what made me here today. If it wasn't for those, I would have came in cocky, overconfident. I think I'm humble in victory and humble in defeat. And today was just one of those days where I got to show that I'm here for a reason.
Congrats on the win.
Thank you,
What did your corner tell you after the second round going into the third as far as the scoring goes? And it looked like he was doing a little bit of talking there in the third round. Did you feel like you were starting to frustrate him?
My coaches told me the same thing they always tell me. They tell me it's a close fight. I got to go in there and I got to dominate. I didn't know how close it was going into the third. I thought I had the first for sure. I thought the second could have been close. My coach said he landed a good left hand at the end of the second that might have given him a round. But he was telling me to just go out there, stay behind my jab. He saw that I was hurting him. The plan was to go take him down in the third, but like I said, it was a brick wall. So that was a lot harder said than done. But they just told me to go out there and jab and make sure that I put a stamp on the last round. And he was saying a lot in that third round. I was landing a lot of big punches, and every time I would land, his defense mechanism wasn't to block him. It was to talk about how I landed him. So I knew I was doing some damage.
2-0 now in Bellator. What do you want next, or who do you want next?
Everything's in God's hand. I want a game opponent. I want somebody that's going to come in here and let me put on the show. I want somebody that other people think is a killer, so I can come in here and do my thing. I just want anybody that Scott Coker has been doing an amazing job with me. I want to apologize to the staff for being late, as usual. I'm a terrible person to deal with fight week because I'm so wrapped up into the fight. But whatever they have in store for me, I'm always here to fight. I'll fight as soon as my daughter's born. My daughter is born in 4 days. So as soon as she gets here, I'm ready to go again.
Hey, Keith, congratulations on the win.
Thank you, brother.
I got to ask, what were your thoughts when your opponent did not make weight when you learned that? What went through your head? And also when he went in the cage looking as big as he did?
I didn't really take too much into account. The bout was scheduled at 140 because I missed weight by 0.4 pounds. And I think it was just a time management issue, so I really couldn't have much to say about it. But 4 pounds is a huge difference from 0.4. I could have dropped my boxers and made weight. So it just really showed that I saw when I looked at him, he was big. He was big at weigh-ins. He wasn't sunk in. He didn't look like he cut much weight. He still had a little bit of a gut on him. So I knew he was going to come in there big during the fight. But that don't matter. I train with 45ers, 55ers. Anybody that knows me knows I get pretty big out of camp. So I train with bigger guys now.
And what do you plan to do to celebrate your win today? What did you got in mind?
I'm going to Ben & Jerry's. I'm getting me some ice cream. I'm getting on a flight at 4 a.m., go home, and watch my first daughter be born. This is the first kid that's in my generation. The youngest kid in my family is 20 years old, and I have the honor and I'm blessed enough to bring the first baby into my generation of family.
All right, we're going to take a couple from the internet, starting with Jay Anderson.
Hey, thanks very much. And just a quick one for me, Keith. I mean, with your daughter's birth so close to this, just give us an idea of how nerve-wracking it is to prepare for a fight with, that in the back of your mind pending.
As we speak, I'm holding back tears. It was just a whirlwind of emotions. I was sitting with my wife. I didn't know in the state of Nevada that maternity leave is unpaid. So I was sitting with my wife. I was dead broke. She was dead broke. No money was coming in. We had no idea what we was going to do. With this pandemic, we didn't know when I was going to fight again. I just sat down and I dropped on my knees and I asked God to give me an opportunity to fight. And 2 days later, my manager called me with this opportunity. And so 4 days before my daughter was born, but it was one of the hardest decisions I had to make to get here. But obviously, it was the right decision. I just can't wait. I can't wait to go see her, bro.
Well, congratulations on the win and on the birth of your daughter.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go to Max Morales.
Hi, do you listen to me? Are you listening?
What do you say?
Are you listening to me?
I can't hear you.
You can hear me?
I can hear you now. Say it again.
Well, I'm just asking if you can listen to me, actually.
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, right. Well, you are 4-0 in your last 4. You are 2-0 in a major promotion like Bellator. Does this boost your confidence? What are you planning to do with all this momentum you're gaining?
My confidence in God. So it's not much that could boost that. To be honest with you, the wins are great. Going out there and performing is great. But as long as I have a good standing with God and I know that He's on my side, that's all that matters to me. I plan to keep coming out here and dominating and putting on performances that Bellator want to see. I can tell you right now, and I promise, I was trying to get it tonight. I was trying to get it against Sean Bunch, but the finish will be coming soon, and I will be putting somebody out. I'm not one of those guys that come in here to get decisions or come in here to go to the judges' scorecards. My only losses are by decision, so I hate going to the judges. So I'm always trying to get the finish, but next time I can guarantee that I get a finish in there.
All right, last question from Kevin Vargas.
Yes,
Hey, Keith Lee, congrats on the win again. During your fight, did you see at any points that he was overextending? You were seeing your combos a little better, or were you being patient in the box and patient with your punches and your kicks?
I was seeing it from the first punch he threw. He was really strong and really big, so he was much slower than I was. So I definitely saw all the punches he was throwing. I knew he was going to come out trying to chop my legs. I saw everything he was throwing from a mile away. So I just tried to capitalize on it and really try to line that right hand up. And every time he would duck, I went to go throw that flying knee. He just was a lot tougher than I thought he was. Like I said, I saw his eyes rolling back in his head. I thought it was over. But he was there. He was game.
Last question, maybe. Do you have another opponent in mind? Do you have somebody you want to call out, or are you willing to accept anybody Scott Coker and the Bellator team presents in front of you?
I'm willing to accept anybody they bring forward. I think Mike Kimball was a good fight. I think it's a lot of guys in this division. This division is stacked. I can't wait to see Juan Archuleta and Patchy Mix fight for the title tomorrow. I'll be sitting front row. And yeah, it's a lot of fights in this division that I think are really good. Like I said, Mike Kimball's a good one. Scott, what's his name? Scott Bale, or the green-head kid from Hawaii. I can't think of his name. He just fought Rafael Stouts. Cass Bale. I think Cass Bale is a good fight. I think it's a lot of good fights in the 35 division. So whoever Scott want me to fight, I'm there to sign the dotted line.
All right. Thank you very much, Keith. Appreciate it.